3.
Today I'd like to talk about the etiquette for viewing and discussing a piece of art. First of all, I want to talk about if you're viewing a piece of art in a museum. I always tell my young students, don't touch, don't run, don't yell. Those are the first 3 things you want to learn. Usually there's a line on the floor. You want to make sure you stand behind the line so that way when you're viewing the artwork, you don't accidentally fall into it or touch it or sneeze on it or anything like that. Whenever it comes to discussing the artwork, I would like to help you be able to have educated discussions about a piece rather than just, I like it or I don't like it, and you can't even say why. So one thing that you can do is follow the 4 steps of art criticism, and that is description, analyzing, interpreting, and then judge the piece. So whenever you describe the physical characteristics of an artwork, I'm going to use this one as an example. This is a piece that we recently purchased from an artist named Sherry Patterson. The piece is called Yellow Flowers. And so if I was just going to describe this piece, I would say there are some yellow flowers in a blue vase. That's a description of the subject of this painting. Okay? The second step is to analyze the artwork. And we're going to use the elements of art and principles of design to analyze a piece of art. So that way we're using our nice art vocabulary. So we can look at this and we could maybe compliment the textures or the color choices or the rhythm that she's created in this piece with the heavy brush strokes and the use of the palette knife that she's used. Then it comes time to interpret the piece, and that's where you really delve into it a little bit deeper. We can consider the history, the location, the culture of the piece, the symbolism that might be behind some of the figures that are used in the piece, and the artist's personal experience sometimes really comes to play in interpreting a piece of artwork. For this one, this was done by a local artist in modern days, like relatively recently. So if I was going to interpret this piece, I would say it's probably an appreciation for nature and maybe for the fleeting moments of beauty. The way that she has chosen to use these quick brush strokes and heavy palette knife texturing kind of makes it feel like it's talking about just like a fleeting moment, kind of impressionistic, where they want to really capture the light and just the moment of the experience. The last thing that you would talk about is judging the piece. Is it successful? Is it not successful? It doesn't really come down to your opinion on this step of art criticism. It is kind of an objective viewpoint, like did they accomplish the goal that they set forth with this piece? So I think she was probably trying to bring our attention to the beauty of nature. So yes, I would say this is a successful piece of artwork. Beyond that, you can connect to a piece of art because really if you just follow those 4 steps of art criticism, you're kind of removed from the piece. But if you really take a minute and connect with the piece, then you're saying like, how does this fit into my life? Like what kind of application am I going to have here? So whenever I look at this, it makes me feel kind of like, oh, I should take time to go just enjoy the beauty of nature. I should really take time to smell the roses and enjoy those little fleeting moments that sometimes pass us by. So those are a few ways that you can view and discuss a piece of art whenever you are at a museum or just at someone's house or whenever you have a friend who's creating something, or if we have art criticisms in class. These are ways that you can give educated responses to a piece of art rather than just, I like it, I don't like it, or something like that. You could also consider using phrases like, I like, I wonder, I love this about it. And you always want to be kind, just as if the artist was standing right next to it. You wouldn't just sit there and trash a piece of artwork right in front of the artist because this is kind of their heart and soul that they put into it. So always remember to add a good dose of kindness anytime that you're discussing a piece of art.